So I know we've all seen those symbols, right? I put them here on the screen. The symbols that you see whenever you go to a doctor's office or a hospital or something of that nature, and you see these kinds of symbols, and it's like, okay, but we don't really think about the meaning behind it. Like, where did that symbol come from? Why is that the symbol? Why is it a snake going up a rod? What's happening? And then some have the angels, as you can see, right at the top, the wings, the angel wings. It's like, what's that about? So there's all this discourse on maybe where they came from and all this stuff, which I'm sure is great, but here's the deeper esoteric meaning behind it. And looking at the energy body, realizing we have more than just one body. We know that, right? There's the physical body, which you can feel, touch, and see. There's the mind body, which is why we say things like, oh, if you ride a bike, if you don't ride a bike for a long time, right, you have muscle memory, because there is a muscle body, right, that's connected to the mind and the memory. We have these different bodies. There's also this energetic or spiritual body as well. And science is now calling it the electromagnetic field, okay? So in this spiritual body that we have, this energy body, there is something called the Kundalini energy, okay? The Kundalini energy is known as this energy that sits at the base of your spine, and when someone becomes enlightened or when a miracle happens in someone's life, when they miraculously get well, that this Kundalini energy moves from the base of the spine and goes to the head and out the head, okay? This Kundalini energy is connected to this snake or serpent, because this Kundalini energy, it's coiled, essentially like a snake or serpent, So it's coiled in the base of the spine. And as you continue to move on in your spiritual practices, enhancing your energy, this coil begins to uncoil and begins to go up to the head area. Okay, it goes to the head area. There's enlightenment, there's expansion, there's this oneness that happens, and that's where the miracles can happen. And that's when other parts of your being that might be unwell becomes well again. Also, you might notice that also in these diagrams or pictures or symbols, that there is this rod, but then at the top of the rod, there might be like a ball or a bulb. In some pictures, it might even look like a pine cone, because that's connected to the pineal gland. The pineal gland in the head, which is actually shaped like a pine cone, the spiral, realizing that pine cones and pine trees predate flowers and stuff. We know that flowers also, right, they have this spiral shape. So there are all these spiral shapes in nature, the universe. Look at the universe, the solar system. It's in the shape of a spiral. So the pine cone also is in the shape of a spiral, which is also the pineal gland, also in the shape of the spiral. Okay, look at the pineal, right? Pine, P-I-N-E. Pine cone, pineal, starts with P-I-N-E. Okay, so there's that connection there as well. So realizing that this pineal gland, in science, it says that this pineal gland is really just there to help us with sleep and help with our circadian rhythm with sleep and accessing light. And we can think about light as physical light, but also accessing other elements of light, accessing spiritual light as well. And when that pineal gland is activated, when it wakes up, which it usually tends to wake up deeply when that coil in the base of the spine goes all the way up the back, essentially, which is the rod and the symbols, that rod goes up the back and hits the pineal gland, then we have this expansion, all this amazing things happen, miracles happen. So realizing that when that energy of the coil hits that pineal gland, that's when the healing happens. So that is the deeper esoteric meaning behind these symbols that we see every day, but maybe we didn't think anything else about it. But realizing that there is this deeper esoteric sense of healing that we knew thousands of years ago, because that's where it comes from. Even if you look at other sources that talk about the meaning of it, the background of it, they might connect it to Greek or Roman mythology. All this stuff was happening prior to Western medicine. So realizing even back in the day, thousands of years ago, people were using all these other methods of energy, of spirituality to help them heal. And I believe that science, we've gotten away from that, but it seems like we're getting back to it, which is great, because ultimately it's about this integration of Western medicine, of Eastern medicine, integration of science and spirituality to really help and make the magic happen in the world. Okay, take care. Just wanted to share this information. Bye.